bitch bumped me. And I'm just like, no, she did not bump me. It's your girl Bree, and I'm back again. Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? So I am coming at y'all with my crazy college roommate horror story. I gotta tell y'all, this is a crazy one, so we're gonna get right into it. So as I stated in another video, I went to college with all my friends. These are friends I went to church with. You know, we was all cool and everything. One of them ended up being my roommate. So at the beginning, everything started off great. We were going to parties together, we was going to church together, etc., etc. So my roommate, we're going to give her a name. We're going to call her Two-Faced. And y'all will see later on in the story why I gave her that name. So first of all, I want to tell y'all a little bit about how Two-Faced was. Like some of the things she would do and how she would used to act, right? So Two-Faced was very opinionated on things that nobody asked her opinion on, right? So one day I got dressed and I went to go to our other friend's room to talk to them, chill with them or whatever. And she comes in there like,
"What you got on? They're not even the same red."
So I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, them not even the same reds. And I'm just like, I didn't ask her opinion on that. Even if it was, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ask her opinion on that. And first of all, I'm going to tell y'all what I had on. So I had on a burgundy shirt and some burgundy chucks with some khaki pants. So the shirt and the shoes could have been slightly off in color, but it was not to the point where it was just a hot mess. And I know because I remember that like it was yesterday. It was not. It was slightly off in color. But the thing is, like, why you say it like that? Like, she said it like she was in disgust. Like she had a problem, right? She was a low-key hater. But anyway, y'all see when we go deeper into the story. But I just brushed it off because I was like, that's how she is or whatever. So another example. Okay, so we had went to the club one time and it was a nice club. Like it had a fountain in the middle of the floor. It had 2 levels, big chandelier on the ceiling. It was nice, okay? And we was partying, and we was about to leave, right? So we was walking down the stairs, going to the first level so we can get out of there. And I was like, girl, I ain't never been to a club like this before. This was lit. And she talking about,
"Stop, you embarrassing. You embarrassing."
and I'm just like, how? Nobody could hear us. Anybody who has been to a club before knows that it is extremely loud in there. Like you can't even hear somebody talking in front of you. And I was just like, and I brushed it off again. Whatever, that's just how she is what I said in my mind. So I was really like pissed at her at this point because I was like in my head thinking, why is she talking to me like that? Like, why is she acting like that? And I kind of brushed it off again. But for advice, don't ever let nobody talk to you like that. That is not your friend. There was no reason for her to act like that, right? So this is when things started to get interesting. So she used to go on these online dating websites. And she would meet up with these guys that she met online because she didn't like the guys on campus. And, you know, she would come back and tell me how it was, what they did and stuff like that. But we're not going to go too deep into that, but I'm pretty sure you can read it between the lines. But anyways, so I used to think she was crazy as hell for meeting up with dudes she didn't know. But eventually, she started to like one of the dudes she was meeting up with. And we're going to give him a name. We're going to call him Cool. I felt like he was a cool person. Real cool. So as she started hanging out with Cool, Cool had a cousin that lived with him. We're going to call him Skinny. Because he was real skinny. We're going to call him Skinny. So Skinny was like, put me on your friends. me on your friend. So of course, Two-Face told me about it, and I ended up telling her it was okay to give him my number. So me and Skinny started talking, started texting back and forth, and eventually I started going with her and Cool back to the house to meet up with Skinny, right? We would do that, every other weekend. We would go over there, me and Two-Face, to meet up with Skinny and Cool. So as time went on, I noticed that Two-Face started to act different. Like, she was acting real stank, right? And I couldn't figure out what it was, like what was her problem. Because I already knew she acted funny, but she was acting extra. And basically she was acting like, her shit didn't stink, or, like she was just better than somebody, I guess. I don't know. She was just acting real stuck up. And as time went on, she would start leaving to go meet up with Cool without me. Like, she would start, leaving before I knew she was gone, right? So for a while, I didn't really care because me and Skinny was just talking. We wasn't, exclusive or anything like that. We was just talking at the time. So it's like, whatever, do you, boo, do you. So eventually, me and Skinny started dating. Like, we was exclusive, like in a relationship. So I would want to, meet up with him more often, of course. And Two-Face did not like that. She did not like me going with her and Cool to meet up with Skinny like that. Which at this point, I was getting mad because I'm like, why she acting like that? Like, we supposed to be friends. And it wasn't like me and Skinny was going to be hanging around her and Cool the whole time, because the house was huge. It was, well, I ain't going to say huge. It was a big house. It was a 2-story house. There was like 3 bedrooms. We wasn't about to hang around them the whole time. We was going to, venture off and do our own little thing, right? So I didn't see it as a problem. Plus, Cool didn't even have a car at this point. Skinny was the one with the car. So I don't understand what the issue was. But anyway, so from then on, stuff got worse between me and Two-Face. We stopped talking. We stopped hanging out like that. And it was awkward because I was still living in the same room as her. So it got real awkward. So one day, Skinny called me and he wanted to meet up. So I'm getting ready in the room. I don't know where Two-Face was. She wasn't in the room when I was getting ready. So I was just getting ready, and I left out, locked the room door, and left out. So I'm walking down the hall, going to meet up with Skinny, and I seen Two-Face coming up the hall. So I'm walking, not paying it no attention, and this bitch bumped me. And I'm just like, no, she did not bump me. I know she didn't bump me. So I'm looking at her like she is crazy. I'm looking like I know you didn't just bump into me. Like, I'm looking back like, and she just didn't say anything, right? So I'm pissed. It took Jesus and his disciples to hold me back from whooping her ass, right? So I had to take a moment, breathe, and think about, I don't live in Alabama. I could go to Alabama jail, okay? I don't know nobody here, so if I get kicked out of this dorm, I'm not going to have nowhere to go, right? So I just kept walking. I was the bigger person, and I kept walking, right? So as I'm walking, she gonna say, open the door, open the door. And I'm like, what is she talking about? She was clearly talking to me, because she was like, open the door. I don't have my keys. Open the door. And I'm like, hell no, you just bumped me and you thinking I'm gonna unlock the door for you? No, ma'am. You got Brianna all messed up. All messed up. So she was pissed, and I was fuming at this point. I was mad too. So I just kept walking to meet up with Skinny. So I got in the car with Skinny, and I noticed that we not moving. Like he not backing up and pulling off. And I'm thinking like, oh boy, she about to come with us to meet up with Cool. So I'm in the car, huge attitude at this point. And I see that Skinny's phone rung. And he answered the phone. And this is Two-Face. Two-Face called Skinny. And she was like,
Brianna won't open the door. I left my keys in the room. I'm gonna have to get the dean to unlock the door because she's not opening the door.
and Skinny, instead of figuring out what was wrong with me, Skinny talking about, give her the keys. Give her the keys. And I'm like, fuck both of them at this point. Okay? I don't want to talk to nobody. Just leave me alone. I'm not giving her the keys. I'm telling Skinny, I'm not giving her them keys. No, I'm not. I'm not giving her the keys. So eventually, she got the ding to unlock the door so she can come with us to meet up with Cool. So I'm in the car, like, that was like the most silent car ride ever. Like, you could hear a pin drop in that car because I didn't say nothing to nobody. I was just sitting in my seat like, oh my goodness, like, she better be glad I didn't fight her. So we got to the house, you know, getting in, turning on the lights or whatever. And y'all, this girl had the nerve to bump me again. I flipped. I'm over here moving stuff like, what? You bumped me? You bumped me? You bumped me? So I flipped out. All I could see was red. All I could see was red. Like, Skinny was holding me back. And just to let y'all know, Skinny was holding me back. But at that time, I was a lot smaller than I am now. So, honey, I flipped. And honestly, that happened so long ago, I don't even remember what happened next. But I do know that we did not fight, and we should have. We should have fought because she had me all messed up. All messed up. But, and y'all, even to this day, this girl would act like nothing happened. Yeah, we got back to church. It was like, you know, when we went back home for the summertime. This girl tried to speak to me. She act like nothing happened. And every time she did that, I would just look at her like she crazy. Like, really? You gonna act like ain't nothing happened? I mean, trying to talk to me and all that. I don't understand. I don't understand. People are crazy. Okay? And she was definitely one of those people. But thank y'all for making it to the end of this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, turn on your post notifications so you know every time that I post. But thank y'all. Bye.